It is truly a long time since I made my last update. And honestly, it is not because I didn't try. I made an update the 21st of January and I tried to edit it and I had to give up. It was not a possibility. So I'm not, it's not that I'm not trying, but the cybercriminality at this moment, I have never experienced anything like it before. It is completely grotesque. And now I'm also locked out of my Facebook account. It has simply been taken over, and God knows what else. And if I will ever be able to show it, I will show it. But it depends on the communication with the outside world. So I'm going to make another update. Today is the 11th of February 2025, and I just want to make a short update because some events have occurred. I went to the hospital to get my fourth my fourth radiation therapy yesterday. And let me just put it like that without going into any details, because anyway people will not believe me. I ended up standing in the middle of the hallway crying, and the doctors came, and it was and now I've cancelled the radiotherapy because this is, and when I start to cry in the middle of this hallway, it's because what I've been going through for the last 8 years is really, really stressful. And it is non-stop, it's 24/7, and I have to fight for justice and truth every single day. And in the process, I'm being, honestly, to be honest, killed. And this should not come as a surprise if anybody knows anything about how this agenda works behind the scenes. There is Rosa Courier, a very fine woman who was talking against this development we are seeing in the world at the moment, especially. She died of lung cancer a couple of years ago. She was 65, I believe. And then there was another woman, her name was Trish. She died around the same time, I think. And I believe it was also lung cancer. She was an MK Ultra survivor, and she spoke out about her life situation. Another one that I also believe was exposed to the same technologies, I'm talking frequencies, covert technologies, is the Danish journalist Tommy Hansen. He also died of lung cancer. He also spoke out against deep state and this development we are seeing in the world. Fourth one is Andreas Nowak, who spoke out against the COVID vaccines, and a week after or more after he published his last video, he died of a heart attack. Udo Ulfknot is another one who also died of a heart attack all of a sudden in 2018. He had been reading about CIA and how they were controlling the media. And at the same year, another one that was in Sweden, Bashir, he was originally from the Middle East. He died of a heart attack. He was in his early 20s. He also spoke out against deep state, and so on and so on. Did I forget any that but that's just, and I think they have been doing this for decades, to be honest. Getting rid of opponents. And so when I'm talking about being killed, this is I'm being very I'm being very, how to say this, sincere. Yesterday a doctor came rushing talking to me, and he was like, I was asking to get my radiation therapy moved to another hospital. And he was very annoyed. And he was like, well, honestly, what he actually said to me was, why should we do that? Because you might have more cancer. And if you have more cancer, there's no point in giving you radiotherapy. That's what he said. And that has been the narrative throughout the last couple of months. They want to test me for more cancer. And why is that, if I have to say so? Because you don't die. like this of breast cancer. So suddenly they want to examine me for more cancer. It started out quite under control, very easygoing, and then the narrative started to escalate, and then it was like becoming more and more wild, and ooh, you know, and cancer, and maybe you have more cancer, and completely crazy story. I won't go into it. This is documented, okay? When I went to the biopsy, yeah, there was, beside this lump, there was no trace of anything. And then from there, it started to evolve. And I won't go into all details because people will think I'm insane. So let's put it like that. So that's just what I wanted to say. And about my current situation, I have given up all kind of treatments because it doesn't do me anything good. Let me just put it like that. And if people don't believe me still, well, there's nothing I can do about it, but I can just say that the general population is beginning to wake up to what is going on. And I'm thinking, honestly, I'm thinking about the election of Donald Trump. Because now things really starts to happen. My God, this is crazy. And I have never been a Donald Trump fan. Honestly, I haven't. These people who kind of, how do they control this narrative? The people in power, they control both sides of the fight, so to speak. They control Republicans, they control Democrats, and etc. They control the official narrative, they control the unofficial narrative, they control everything, and that's how they can make this happen. So I never believed in Donald Trump, and the reason why I didn't believe in him was mainly because of my ethnicity. I could just, whatever he said sounded super racist in my ears when he was speaking out. So how could he in any way be the savior, as many people saw him as? And I suppose it's a white thing, this thing, that white people don't really hear what he's saying. Maybe they even agree with him, many does at least. So, but I heard it. I heard this guy is a super racist. And he's only causing division. He's talking about the Mexican rapists and whatnot. And he wants to build a wall and he wants to create division. And and then not the black people, and they have been taking all their rights from black privilege from them now also, etc., etc. He's only causing division. And far more, he has been introducing people from within corporate society. And they are now, excuse me, running democracy? Well, that's not democracy in my opinion. Corporate society is not running democracy, that's not democracy. So I never believed in this person and this agenda and all this drain the swamp and because what is drain the swamp, if I have to translate it? What is it talking about truly? Getting rid of the state. He is part of this new world order, this one world government, and if people don't believe me, look at what he's doing right now. He wants to take over Greenland. He wants to take over the Panama Canal. He wants to take over Canada. He's part of the agenda. So I never bought it. And there's a CIA book. I don't think CIA wrote it, but it's part of MK Ultra programming. And the book is called Helter Skelter, and I have never read it and I never will, but apparently Manson read it before he committed all his gruesome things, and the guy who killed John Lennon, he also read Helter Skelter, and what is one of the points in the book? Race war. And so everything is kind of connected, you know, the CIA, the Helter Skelter, the race war, the mind control, the control of the population, the war on terror, everything is connected. It's the elite taking over the control over the population. And what is going on in the US is a very good example, very visual example of what is also going on here in Denmark. We have the same problem here. And that is what I'm exposed to. corporate society, the elite, the Freemasons, corrupt parts of the state, as David Lawson, who wrote about gang stalking first, I believe, he said. And so it's a totalitarian agenda. And I've often commented that these people that I'm confronted with, they're kind of Nazi-like. It's not... yeah, I don't have any more to say. I just want to kind of paint this picture of Donald Trump as an example of what is truly going on. And people are starting to realize now, the general population, that something very, very drastic is going on these days. And I've been trying to talk about it for 8 years, and now I have breast cancer, and there's a reason for that, not only because I've been documenting a lot, and not only because I have been writing a witness testimony, also because I have witnessed far more and even worse in my nearest surrounding. And that is really what tricked them for good. That is what became the point of no return, in my opinion. So this is kind of a very stressful situation, and now and then I do break down crying, because I see the narrative. I see what is going on. Whether it's in the US or in Denmark, it's the same development. So thank you for listening. I'm Anne Have, a targeted individual from Denmark. And I truly hope people will start sharing this story, not only for my sake, also because this is not a story about what is going on in Gaza or what is going on in Ukraine. This is a story about what is going on in the Western world right in front of our eyes, and nobody's doing anything. Everybody's occupied with Gaza and Ukraine. It's all part of this radical changes in the world going on, and now we see it in the Western world for good with Donald Trump and Elon Musk even hiding. Are you kidding me? When Donald Trump was taken into oath, it is. And can we do anything about it? Of course. If we couldn't do anything about it, why would they even bother that I told my story? They don't want the general population to understand what is truly going on, because if they understand, they have the means to act in a rational way. And honestly, this whole grid, somebody has to do something about it. That's why I'm dying. I have been showing these measurements many times of this radiation coming from my chest, and now I have a lump in my breast, and my left lung is also destroyed. I mean, come on.